If I were to describe Stonecreek Church in one word, it would probably be the word safe. They made our entire family feel safe over the past few years.
I really loved that I felt at home, that my kids had a place where they felt at home, and that Stephen was speaking directly to me every Sunday.
Something I really love about Stonecreek is just the passion for the students. Everyone's just pouring into the youth.
Stonecreek is my second home, my second family, people that I can always go to.
I couldn't even imagine what life would have been without the people in Stonecreek.
It's amazing to know that there's someone who actually cares about you, that honestly, these are people that are really willing to walk with you toe to toe and do life with you.
That refining period is hard and it hurts and the suffering is hard. But in the end, he's going to give you something that no one can take away. Our faith would not be the same if it weren't for that experience of trusting him.
To be able to share that story is pretty amazing.
When you're going through tragedies and you feel alone, it's suffocation. I felt I was suffocating.
I'm crying at the table thinking, what did I do wrong from a parenting style? What did I do wrong from a husband style?
I decided that was it. I'm done. I'm giving up. I can't do this anymore.
My dad has been just absent since I was 10 years old. I overdosed, I think, 2 or 3 times. I had a family of gangbangers and criminals.
I was getting a divorce and I didn't know who to tell. And I was like, what am I gonna do with a brand new baby and 2 teenagers by myself? I had $23 in the bank.
I need help. I can't do it. I need support.
This diagnosis stopped our world and nothing mattered.
And she answered the phone and asked if everything was okay. She said, no, it's Reagan. And I said, is the ambulance coming? And she said, no, we don't need an ambulance. He's already gone. How do we go beyond this moment in time? Without Stonecreek, my family would not have moved beyond December 14th, 2013.
So we went through this journey, and sadly, in 2012, we lost Lily to cancer. The celebration of life service that took place at Stonecreek was unbelievable. There was 2,500 people with candles lining the driveway that is the entrance to Stonecreek Church. And it was the most beautiful picture I've ever seen in my life of people who care and love, and that's Stonecreek.
If we needed someone to sit and pray with us after church, if we needed someone to come to our house and hold our hand, they did it. They did it all.
What drew me to Stonecreek was my best friend Svenja invited me.
My neighbor just keeps coming up to me offering, hey, there's a great church in the area.
All the people that said hi to me when I first walked in, that was awesome to me because I'm such an outgoing person. But it was everybody that loved on me, that cared about me, that called. It wasn't a week that went by that somebody didn't call and say, hey, what are you doing? Where do you need help?
And when you're feeling alone and you feel like you're drowning, you feel like you're suffocating, and somebody shows up and says, I'm here, I'm gonna help you, you take a breath.
I didn't know that I can get that from people at church. This group of people show up at my door. They came in, it was dark, I had my lights off because I was trying to save energy because my bills was due. And they said, we want to pray with you and we have gifts for you. The people there were so Jesus-driven, and they spoke over my life.
I'm meant to be here living for a purpose, for a reason, and that He has so much waiting for me in my future.
It would have been so much harder if they wouldn't have been here to help show us that God was trying to help us survive this and lead us past this moment in time, and that He would still bless us with good moments in time.
Those are my praying people, and that's who we count on and rely on. And they were right in there with us and in the battle, fighting for my child's relationship with God.
And for me, getting connected with other men, it was just amazing.
Being around brothers that actually are on fire for God taught me exactly what it means to do life with someone. No matter what's going on in my life, no matter where I'm at in life, they're there.
They had planned this huge baby shower, and I literally had everything a baby needs for the first 2 years of their life. It was nothing that I had to buy. And they had this huge basket of breakfast and gift cards and things for the kids. And I'm telling you, at that moment, I remembered that God was still there.
Stonecreek shaped my understanding what it means to love the Lord, what it means to know how to have a relationship with God.
At the Pause Retreat that Stonecreek has every year, my child, Gabriel, accepted Christ as his Savior.
It's amazing when you get a group of believers to go into war for your family.
They are in the fire with you, and they are showing you that God is in the fire with you.
Stonecreek has made me realize just how fun it can be to be a Christian. You know, loving others, and it's following God, and it's the most amazing journey that you'll ever go on in your entire life.
It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Chinese, Mexican, they're accepting, they're loving, and it's a Jesus-centered church.
They provided a place for us as a family and hear the message and know not only that God was there for us, but that always Stonecreek would be there for us no matter what we needed.
Stonecreek is not just church to me. They have given me back a joy that I had lost.
Stonecreek has really, really good people, being kind and loving, and they can take you from a place of darkness and show you the light. Stonecreek is making huge differences in people's lives. It's great to be a part of something like that.
It has been 20 years of life change, 20 years of pointing people to Jesus, 20 years of Stonecreek Church. As we stand at this intersection of past and future, of God's faithfulness and God's promises, it's the life-changing stories written over the last 20 years that are fueling our faith for the life-changing stories that will be written over the next 20 years. We believe God is getting ready to write stories beyond what we could ever imagine. Stories beyond what we could ever even dare to dream. There are people who are living beyond our reach, people who are living beyond our walls, people who feel beyond saving, who are still searching and still wondering what happens beyond this life. People that we don't even know yet, people we haven't even met. Somewhere, there's a young millennial who is starting his first job out of college, and he can't figure out why landing his dream job still leaves him feeling empty and alone. There's a single mom who is drowning in bills and stress and doesn't know how she's gonna make it beyond tomorrow. There's a church in Belgium that will never even begin. There's an 11-year-old Indonesian girl trapped in slavery and exploitation who's lost the life in her eyes and can't see the possibility of hope or freedom. There are so many stories that have yet to be rewritten by grace. So many people who have yet to encounter the outrageous love of Jesus. But Stonecreek, we haven't even scratched the surface of God's promise. We believe it's time to move beyond We see a church beyond church, a church whose one aim is to show the incomparable worth of Jesus to a world who desperately needs him. We see a church beyond here, a church beyond our walls, beyond our address, beyond our borders, and even beyond a prison sentence. We see a church beyond now, a church who advances now to make room for a generation and generations to come so that the kingdom doesn't shrink back on our watch. We see a church beyond us, a church that believes the mission of Jesus is way bigger than what our eyes will ever be able to see, and that we will only be told of in the beyond of eternity. This is gonna take a church with generosity beyond compare, with love beyond limits, and with faith beyond belief. This church sounds like us, Stonecreek. It's time to step into the story of the next 20 years. It's time to step beyond.